let's go ahead and dive right in. So I got this virtual machine running here. We're gonna go ahead and boot it up. This is Grub. This is one of the themes that we'll be changing today. We'll make it all Quai themed. It'll be absolutely beautiful. And then from here it boots into Plymouth, which is our graphical init, right? This is normally where you see like a spinning wheel in Windows or any other operating system. We'll customize this as well. Um, and you can see I've already chosen a background here. Shout out to the community, shared a bunch of different backgrounds with me. But I went ahead and chose this one. You might recognize it. It's the background I like using on my live streams. Nice colors here, good color scheme, you know, a variety of reds. We'll roll with this. But some of the things I wanted to show you guys, first of all, I took some notes and then shut the machine down, but thank you to Mousepad. Went ahead and saved those notes for me. I'll zoom in a little bit. I want to show you some of the things that I did behind the scenes to really polish out this desktop here. So for audio control, you notice I have a little audio button up here now. Pretty cool. I installed Pavucontrol, which is really this audio mixer program here. And then to get this little panel icon, I installed XFCE4 Pulse Audio plugin. Okay, for notifications, right? Like if I want to see notifications on my desktop, either from my web browser or my chat applications, went ahead and installed libnotify. Yesterday, Gentoo recommended the Telegram package recommended I can install Enchant and WebKit GTK. Enchant provides some spell checking functionality. WebKit GTK allows me to interact with mini apps on Telegram. That's pretty cool. I also installed a few more terminal apps, right? So I think it's Super T loads up XFCE terminal here. It's a pretty cool terminal. I like it. You can customize the heck out of it. But another one that a lot of people like to use and customize for a variety of reasons is Kitty. So I am actually using Kitty now on my current setup, and I'm not using XFCE for terminal anymore. So we got Kitty installed, and then on top of that, um, let's see here. I went ahead and installed Neovim or NVim, which is a upgradable, scriptable. It's just like Vim on steroids. It's a really fun text editor. So we got that installed. We'll theme it, install some plugins, make it like super cool. Okay. Other things we installed are some fonts. We got the JetBrains fonts in here. We got Noto emoji fonts with the icons use flag installed. So this basically allows us to get some super cool emojis and icons when we're using a variety of fonts. And then we also added some nerd fonts in here, mostly the symbols package. So we'll spend more time talking about fonts later. I also installed a a different display manager, right? So if we log out here, well, I won't do that yet. What we're currently using is called LightDM or Light Display Manager. SDDM is based on Qt for the GUI, the graphical library here. LightDM is based on GTK. So I want to show you guys the difference. SDDM is a lot more fun to theme, in my opinion. So check that out. We'll show you guys that later today. But all of that brought in a lot of major dependencies. It took a while to compile. So when you start like adding a lot more programs and getting into a lot of this stuff, just a heads up, you're probably going to install Qt, right, for SDDM. Go is a programming language, Ruby another programming language, Git allows you to interact with Git repositories, say on GitHub. And then some of these packages depend on Ninja for compiling them from source. So Ninja is a way to kind of like effectively speed up the compilation process. So that's super cool. So those were pulled in. We're going to spend a little bit of time, excuse me, we're going to spend a little bit of time adding a new Gentoo portage overlay or repository to bring in some additional fun tools that a lot of people in the Linux space like to use these days. I'm going to use it to install Yazi, which is a terminal-based file manager. So you see here we have Thunar, which is our graphical-based file manager. Yazi is a super cool terminal-based file manager, just as useful as Thunar. And then we also want some more fun fonts. So we'll use the Guru overlay to install Nerd Fonts. And then in future episodes, we might switch to new window managers and even more tools. So all of this stuff is going to be baked into the Guru overlay or Guru repository for Gentoo's portage. So that's what I'm going to do first. We're going to fire up our, oops, wrong button. We're going to fire up our browser here, Google Chrome. I'm going to go ahead and go full screen. Let's full screen. Boom. All right. Again, let's open the keyring. And let's look at the instructions for installing the Guru overlay. It should be pretty easy. Here's some basic information here. Set up Guru as a local repository. No, I don't want it as a local repository. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip ahead. Actually, we're going to use AI. Guys, it's so easy to like do pretty much anything these days with with AI. So let's get a terminal open here. There we go. Okay. So we have a terminal open and we are Claude Code. Oops. Oops. There we go. Boom. Delete those special characters. Native installation exists. Run this. So we got Claude Code in our path. And then let's refresh our path. There we go. Alright, so now we can just run Claude. Claude, can you hear me? There you go. Alright, boom. Claude is installed. This is the first time I've run Claude on this machine. So it's going to ask us to choose the text style that looks best with your terminal. I'm going to go with dark mode. And then we're going to run with an account subscription. It's going to open this browser. I'm going to authorize. Boom. And we're in. Login successful. Press enter to continue. Claude can make mistakes. Due to prompt injection risks, only use it with code you trust. Okay, alright, so we are YOLOing right now with Claude, but the first thing I'm going to ask is I'm running Gentoo, need help setting up the Guru portage overlay. Do 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 do. Which eselect? Yeah, okay. So we got eselect. It's going to look in the current repos. It's going to check the current repos. Can't load module repository. Ah, okay. So we need to install eselect repository here. So let's open a new tab. Sudo emerge pv eselect repository. Yeah, okay. New program for selecting repositories. Let's go ahead and install that. It's only 16 kilobytes. This shouldn't take any time at all. Okay, all right. And then we enable the Guru repository. So this will be a sudo eselect repository enable Guru or Guru enable. I think that's the command. Action Guru unknown. Maybe it's enable Guru. There we go. Cool. And now we need to sync guru. Sudo emate sync our guru. Now we are syncing the guru repository here locally so we know what packages are actually in it. Alright, so now when I search for Yazi, which didn't exist before, we have it here. Pretty cool, right? FYI, you'll notice almost all packages in the guru repository are marked unstable. Again, this is just due to the profile we selected when we installed Gentoo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to echo app miscellaneous. Yeah. Boom. Now I should be able to install Yazi. Boom. Okay, you can see it's going to bring in Onigarama as a dependency. That one also might uh, throw accept keywords. Fuck. Nope. That one's stable. All right. So here we go. That thing's installing. This might take a minute. So we'll be back as soon as that wraps. All right, guys. So, all right. Yazi is now installed. So to show you guys what this looks like, it is not themed, but this is a terminal file manager, right? Now we can enable some things in the future to allow us to preview these images, videos, all sorts of cool stuff. But we got that installed. In the background here, I was preparing to install Nerd Fonts. As you can see, depending on the use, basically Nerd Fonts is a massive package that supports a ton of different fonts. But by default, it'll only install the fonts that you have configured. So I went ahead and added Code New Roman, Deja Vu, Sans Mono, Fura Code, Fura Mono, JetBrains Mono, Liberation Mono Terminus, and Go Mono. Those are pretty cool fonts that I like. So we'll implement those later in our terminals and across basket, right? Again, all these packages in Guru are marked um, unstable by default. That doesn't mean they're. Let's see what this looks like. Boom. Okay, so it looks like it only brought. Oh, we typed this all wrong. Echo. There we go. Let's try that. There we go. So we'll bring in these fonts, and then in the background, I'm actually going to reorganize some files a little bit and downloaded this background here. I want to rename it. Let's rename this Quai background 1. Oh, this already exists. I'm gonna get rid of that. I don't need that. Rename Quai background 1, and then we are gonna put this in pictures. Call it wallpapers. Not there. In here. Cool. And then I'm gonna grab the Quai. We'll ask Claude to go get it for us. Uh, okay, let's see here. That's all set up. You know what? First thing I'm going to do, guys, one of the cool things about working in the terminal is you can customize your status line. I'm going to say show me the current model. Let's see here. What was effort level and token usage as a percentage bar in the status line. We got to configure our status line here. I need more information. Give me more information. Boom. Okay, so now if I quit and I fire Claude back up, yes, I trust this folder. Boom. Okay, so we have extra high. Let's do effort. Let's do high. I don't need extra high. Boom. High. Model. Come on, Claude. You can do it. Maybe extra high was a little too high. Yeah. Okay. Now I only see whatever. Let's try something real quick. Let's exit. Let's use a different terminal. No, no. Okay. No, that's not what I wanted. There we go. That's a little better. It's still not showing me the model. Maybe if I make it a little bigger. No, still not showing me the model. That's okay. I don't care. All right. I'm running Gentoo with Grub and dracut plus Plymouth for a graphical boot experience. I am using LightDM and XFCE 4 as my desktop environment. I have set the XFCE 4 background to the image in pictures, wallpapers, and want to use this background to create custom themes, custom modern themes for both Grub and Plymouth. Huge cheat code, guys. If you're ricing your desktop, alright, it's looking in the current directory to see what themes exist. Pulsing Q logo. Minimal centered. Let's go with that. Cook. Rice my desktop, Claude. Create the image assets. I noticed we don't have ffmpeg installed, so that is a library used for really interacting with videos and other images. It's pretty useful actually, and I realized we don't have a video player installed. So the one I like personally is MPV, modern, supported, a lot of active development. Let's go. Go ahead and install that in the background. Yes. Alright, it's going to generate the assets first in a state assets, writing Grub theme, writing Plymouth script, install themes to boot and user share, active themes after user confirmation. Okay. As you can see, it's using Python. Guys, when I discovered the ability to rice my desktop with Claude, I had so much fun. Highly recommend you guys give it a shot, especially especially if you're don't have any problems YOLOing sudo commands. But if you're just ricing your desktop environment, it's pretty safe. It's pretty safe. We're interacting with some of the boot process here, so it's going to need privileged escalated privilege initram file system via dracut. API error, internal server error. Okay, continue. Notice it stopped. So fresh install here. We haven't set up a Python development. Obviously, it's not using the libraries it probably prefers. Okay, yeah. It's inspecting the image, writing the Plymouth script. Yeah, so here you can see ffmpeg is now installing. I might inform it after it gets done with all this that ffmpeg. Try to install numpy. Yeah, okay, so here are the sudo commands. You want to inspect your sudo commands. So it's going to make the theme directory. It's going to copy. Okay, yeah, and here's the Plymouth directory. Okay, so sure. YOLO. How do you want to proceed with activation? Planned activation steps. Back up etsy default.grub to etsy default grub.back. Edit. Change theme. Set default to 6. 6. Types. Oh, we're gonna type something. Do it. Oh. Exit code 2. There we go. Yes. Install the theme. Set the Plymouth theme. Nope. Alright. 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 Run dracut. And double check. The initramfs. Rebuilt. Investigate. Look for Quai Dark. There it is. Regenerate grub config. Inspect the grub theme. Looking good. All right. Installed, activated, and it made some backups for us. Awesome. Cool. FYI, we just finished installing ffmpeg method for generating the image. Good to know. Say on the do-over. Honest take, the visible result would likely be similar. Yada yada yada. One-shot pipeline. More natural for the blur blend math. What it wouldn't change. Yes, do the redo, primarily so the build script is portable, reproducible, the ffmpeg. Alright, so I can just hit arrow key right here to auto send that command. And we're doing a do-over. I'm tempted. Alright, so FYI guys, numpy is a package manager for Python libraries. So we might need this in the future, so I'm just going to go ahead and fire that off. That might check ffmpeg version. Oh my gosh, it's installing Fortran. Hilarious. Hilarious. Okay, yeah, let's not true. Not true. It definitely opens a window where you can actually watch videos. There's a more GUIfied version. I totally forget what it's called right now, built on top of MPV. So I'll show you guys that later. Copying app, generate the initramfs. Come on, you can do it. All right, initramfs rebuilt. Cool. Is Grub ready to go? The new assets. So we don't need to reconfigure. Oh, say I found it. Ready. No rerun is needed. Theme path. Now, when we reboot, you guys should actually see the new graphical shut. Okay, the current theme is Quai Dark. We're gonna wait just a little bit here for at least OpenBlaz to finish compiling. So hang on there with me, guys. I don't want to start this over again. So we will reboot this system. You guys will see the new Plymouth theme as we shut down, and we will boot back into our new fancy Quai themed Grub. Well, let's blast some tunes and wait for this to wrap up. Cool. That wasn't too bad. We'll kick this back off when we get back. I just definitely wanted OpenBlaz to wrap up there. Still 4 of 9 remaining for numpy, but we are ready to reboot, y'all. So let's do it. I'm gonna have Claude reboot us. Check this out. Sudo. Oh man, this is we'll just do this ourselves. Claude thinks we're on system D. So sudo reboot. Here we go. Boom! Look at that. That is pretty. It's glowing. It's glowing. That's super cool. All right, booting into Grub. Nice. Nice. Look at that beautiful theme for Grub. I like it. I like it. There we go. There is glowing. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. I kind of want to add a progress bar. And we also need a little bit more output. I have. All right. I moved the image and XFCE was like, where'd it go? So anyways, let's fire Claude back up. And let's tell it, let's get this bigger here. Actually, what we want to do is we want to resume our last session here. Yes, I trust this folder. This session here. Okay, cool. Looks good. Let's add a progress bar for the Plymouth theme and output last line only in the top left corner of the screen. Yeah, I just need a little bit more output personally, just so I know that things are moving along. And if something hangs up, like I know the last thing it hung up on, right? So we'll get that wrapped in, and then we'll keep theming this bad boy. We got a lot of work ahead of us in terms of like everything we can do to really rice out this system. Now, that being said, we're using XFCE. XFCE is I know compared to some of the systems you see over at Unix born, it's got a decent amount of bloat out of the box. So we'll see what we can do though. I haven't tried using Claude to rice XFCE, so we'll see what happens. Yes. Ye FYI, there is a pack. I believe. What is it? Claude was like trying to figure out like how do I get that information? Well, there's a package that can help you out. Don't worry, Claude. I got your back here. Some of these packages will show you progress during compiling. You see here this is 5,000 out of 7,000. So that helps when you're compiling there. Not every package does that, but the packages that do, I find it really useful. So if you're an e-builder out there, updating Plymouth script, progress bar, top left step. Yeah. YOLOing everything right here. Mostly for the demonstration purposes. Y'all might want. I am not a Python script. So again, guys, every time you update your Plymouth theme, you're gonna want to rebuild your initram file system because it gets baked into the initram fs that runs at boot. So if you just set your Plymouth theme, you'll see it at shutdown, but it won't be what's used at boot. Reboot. There we go. It's cooking. Another 1 or 2 packages at a time. All right, let's check out this new Plymouth theme here, huh? Nice. We got a progress bar down here. We got some output in the top left. I like this. This glowing effect here isn't that great, but it's probably because we're on a virtual machine, to be frank. This is absolutely beautiful. Love this theme. This is great. That's just killer. All right. Load this back up, and you guys will be able to see what init is doing up here in the top left. You'll get this beautiful progress bar down here at the bottom. This glowing will look way better on a machine that has a real GPU. Just saying. Just saying. Okay, cool. So we're in. Let's go. What to do is let's resume Claude. Yep, I trust the folder. Yep. Okay. That all looks good. So one of the things that doesn't come out of the box with Gentoo, that, you know, especially if you work in, you know, we can't do that right now because I'm installing numpy. Would you hurry up, numpy? Just, just install already. Sheesh. Here we go. On to the final package. Source configured, compiling. Ugh. Anywho, can you edit LightDM's theme to match? Alright, let's go inspect LightDM. Copy the wallpaper to a system-wide location so the LightDM user can read it and write a greeter section that. How tightly should the LightDM look mirror the boot themes? Just background plus red accent. Or we can fork at wider type something. Ooh. So we'll want to theme XFCE for next. What guys fired up the stream, hoping to get details on how to custom configure all your themes across all your system. You didn't think I was going to use Claude to do it, did you? um, let's see here. It says the reason LightDM theming usually doubles your work is that they read different config files but consume the same kind of assets. A GTK theme, an icon theme, a cursor theme, and a background. If you put those assets in shared system locations, they both point at the same names. Future tweaks happen in one place. Concretely, one backgrounds directory, one GTK theme, one icon theme. Pick a stock dark one, yada yada yada. Optional one palette file with hex codes, yada yada yada. For building the GTK theme itself, rank by effort. A, reuse for both, just share background and icons. Use materia theme or arc, fork its colors, yada 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 yada. Strong accent, color matches here. Or use gradients or umux to generate a custom palette. Handwrite full GTK3 theme from scratch, many hours. If you want red accents to genuinely tie back to the wallpaper, and that's the sweet spot. Both are well maintained, recompile cleanly. The result is one directory you copy and never touch it again. Let's do that then. Let's go with tier B using arc. Let's see what it says. Oh, meanwhile, numpy's done. Let's read the news. Regardless, we're going to keep installing some packages in the background here. So another super handy terminal utility for keeping sessions running in the background while you're doing other work in terminal is called tmux. So highly recommend folks use tmux. No, wait. I noticed we don't have sass-c. Perhaps there are some Gentoo portage packages I should install before we begin cloning external GitHub repos. So I just caught this. Yeah, there's no sass-c. So instead of just cloning shit willy-nilly, Claude, let's try to stay true to our Gentoo system here. Gentoo path. If you merge arc theme, you get all three. Okay. All right. So this is interesting. I've only ever used Adwaita. Yeah, tmux is done, so we'll fire this up. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fire up tmux to kind of show you guys what we got going on here. So tmux is a way to manage terminal sessions. It's basically its own terminal session where I can do emerge the arc theme. And then if I want to go do something else, I can hit Control B, D, and detach from that session. I can do tmux ls and I can see, oh, I got a session there. So I can tmux attach back to it. And yeah, we can All right. The arc theme is now installed. Arc theme is now installed. Inspect. All right. All set. Let me lay out the build plan, extract the source, and identify exactly which SCSS node. Basically, it's going to take arc theme, fork it to build the Quai Dark theme for our entire GTK user interface here. I'm actually really pumped. Uh, I've been using Gentoo Linux specifically for over 20 years, and I have only ever used the theme that you are looking at currently when it comes to GTK. So keep going, keep going, keep it. Literally, guys, I'm just approving everything on Claude right now just to demonstrate how powerful and easy this is to just, you know, completely rice out your desktop instead of doing everything manually. Just tell the AI building process will automatically wire in the light display manager and filed. Now we are wiring it into LightDM. Let's do it. Might work better. Gotta log out, log back in. Yeah, let's move the source tree. So we got that handy. So that'll be apply this warm neutral faint red bias. Proceed. Yeah, it still has this blue tint to it. We'll get that cleaned up. Thank God. Decorations use pre-rendered PNGs that still carry arcs. Original blue-gray, those need a separate pass. Alright, so we're creating our own images now for our theme. Guys, like, seriously, why? Targeted recolor of the images. We are building effectively our own GTK theme now at this point. I was not expecting this, but this is a lot of fun. Hope you guys are. Oh yeah, that looks way better. We still have some blue icons, but it's working on that. We'll probably have to. We'll have to reopen some of these to see the full effect here. So what did we just install over here? Oh yeah, arc theme. Duh. Okay, so if you want to close Tmux terminal, you can just exit. It's that simple. Yes, wire the YOLOing at this point. Oh, it's just fixing our build package so it works better. Thank you, Claude. Keep writing. I also realized another thing. Notice the window turns opaque when it's not active. Always looking at your gorgeous Quai back. All 45 PNGs went through the rebuild process. Round trip works. Cool. All right. I think we're good for now. Let's quit and let's reboot and see this whole experience from start to finish. Look at this gorgeous shutdown graphic here. Oh, this boot grub screen is absolutely beautiful. Loading up Gentoo, going back LightDM display man. Cool guys. I like it. Now, if we fire up a terminal, boom. Some red highlights there. Cool. I like it. I don't know about you guys. This is pretty cool. This rendering is not working too well. So I think the next thing I want to do is just ask Claude. Looks great. I noticed a lot of tearing. Very smooth. Perhaps it has something to do with our graphics card here, while staying true to the tearing issue we have here with the rendering. Now this is, just a demonstration of how easy it is to troubleshoot things on your computer with AI now. Your Xorg is falling back to software rasterization. Here, let's scroll up a little bit. Instead of using the GPU for OpenGL, that explains both symptoms. The compositor is doing the kernel log spells it out. Okay, so means 3D acceleration is disabled at the QEMU level device. The host isn't exposing it to the guest. Everything in the guest is correctly built. 3D acceleration is disabled at the QEMU device level. Alright. 2 layers to fix. Host side. The real fix recovers GPU acceleration. Okay, so this is some virtualization shticks here. Excel 3D, yes. Host. Oh, 31 new packages. Okay. Well, we'll give that a shot and we'll come back to this later and hopefully clear up this tearing issue that we have on this machine right now. We're doing software rendering here in the composite layer. So we'll work on the host machine, so that's a much better experience for you all. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the session today. Clearly, it is so easy to rice out your entire experience on Linux using Claude. Just to revisit, guys, we have a custom GTK theme here in XFCE. We enabled some transparency on our windows. We set our background here to this beautiful Q logo. We updated Plymouth, which is our graphical boot up and shutdown, which you can see here. And we also updated our Grub Splash config. So the actual bootloader to desktop environment through Plymouth, through the display manager is all themed out, looking absolutely beautiful. Love this Quai. Hopefully you guys got some value out of this. Hopefully you also enjoy how easy it is to rice out your desktop environment using Claude. You can enter the red Boom! We are now in the Quai matrix, y'all. Again, hope you enjoyed this session here. We'll be continuing to build on this, getting it even more riced out, fix some window tearing issues in the near future, and